Good evening, everybody. This is Gordon from Greyhawk Gaming. I am joined as usual by my friends. I have Alan playing Xerxes, Mickey playing Siren, Peter playing Carolus, Richard playing Carcarius, and Neville playing Beirut. When last we saw our heroes, they had just defeated a Behir and had continued on their journey after plucking. Oh no, you didn't pluck any of the shock shrooms, did you?
Nope.
No.
But you found a couple of items in the desiccated corpse of one the Root's brother, Alderroot, and one of them was a ring that had a certain sheen to it that led you in a particular direction. After following that direction for some time, you decided to camp for the evening, whereupon Carolus noticed movement near one of the trees, and he went to investigate with Carcarius backing him up. Boy, did that fight not go as I expected, as you met what appeared to be an elven vampire that was extremely tall and extremely hungry. But you managed to destroy it, but it returned to its misty form and escaped. Escape.
Did it escape? I'm sure we killed it.
No. It turned into mist and disappeared.
Yeah, we killed it and then mist floated off.
Yep.
So as far as we know, it's dead.
Actually, make a religion check.
Who?
Or history. Your choice. Anyone. Whoever feels like it.
I'm
History
trying to
or religion?
This is for religion.
What is religion? Not good enough.
Religion and history are both intelligence.
Yeah.
Huh?
Religion is a fallacy only played through D&D.
So, we've got a 22 for Carcarius, which makes sense. He's a cleric after all. Why is your modifier so low? Wow. Oh, because it's int. And but you are proficient. Wow. Okay, never mind. 11 for Xerxes, 16 for Carolus, 15 for the Chef Bob, and 14 for Siren. So, Carcarius.
I am wise, not smart.
You are wise, and in your wisdom, you recall something about vampire lore that if you do not destroy wherever they keep their home, or if you do not stake them and then destroy them, something to that effect, they can turn into mist and they will reincorporate themselves in their coffin, so to speak.
Okay, so we gotta watch our backs for a vampire then, because that thing ain't dead.
We could always chase the mist.
With that roll, you're going to chase the mist through the very misty forest. Good luck. Perception survival at double disadvantage. That's how it works, right? I'm a DM, I know this shit. Let me just quickly grab something here. Don't slurp in my ears, Neville. You will lose 3 levels. You will gain negative levels. Yeah. So it is bound to a coffin, crypt, or grave site. When you destroy it, I'm trying to find this stupid thing. Yeah. It transforms into a cloud of mist and it returns to its place of rest. Yeah, you would also need to get to its resting place fairly quickly, within an hour or two, and it is then in a paralyzed state for a while. And after spending an hour or so in its resting place, it gets back 1 hit point. But yeah, it will still take a while for it to fully recuperate, unless it eats someone.
Find it.
So next time we fight a vampire, if we trap it in a jar.
Why a jar?
When it turns to mist, you turn it into a jar and then it can't return.
And then you shake it like a snow globe. Like this.
It is certainly one option. Yeah. All right. So you guys basically completed your rest. I just wanted to make sure. Did you guys complete your rest and get your XP
I
for
think,
that?
yeah, you rested us at the end of last session.
It's been a while, so just making sure. Yes, indeed. So you guys are well rested. The next morning you wake up and we carry on. So I assume you are continuing to travel deeper and deeper into the forest, following the
Shiny
somewhat of a
ring.
path and the shiny ring that seems to be taking you in a certain direction.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So, as you find yourselves traveling deeper into this dark and, foreboding eastern section of the Dreadwood, the path you travel on appears to be winning its battle against the encroaching brush and dense forest the further in you get. The murk of the canopy combined with that eerie, ever-present mist does absolutely nothing to lift your spirits. You are feeling a bit sorry for yourselves trudging through this. As you go deeper, over the course of the next, say, 3 or 4 hours, twice more you pass more of those small, mostly dilapidated areas with those buildings melded into the trees, all made from that same dark stone. In some places, they're a little bit more fantastical. The designs, the way that's incorporated with the trees. Other times, they are quite plain, quite drab. Several times, you pause and listen. Give me some perception checks. Just to see if you see or hear anything interesting.
Purse.
That was brutal. Like, it literally bounced on 1, rolled over to 13, and then went, nah, 1.
Yep.
It's like, nah.
So, Xerxes, Bims, Carolus, and the Chef Bob, because you all got something higher than a 15. As you pass through the second one of these little communities, these little villages, you notice what appears to be a very large structure that's incorporated into one of these trees. It appears to be a watchtower of some sort. And looking to like the left and the right of it, it sort of makes like a strange I want to say like a con. I'm trying to think is the right word. Convex, yes, convex, like pyramid of sorts, with this tower in the tree itself. What? Grappled effect? Who has a grappled effect? Oh, Xerxes says. Huh.
Thank you.
Cool. I didn't realize that was still on. Where was I? Yes. You guys notice what appears to be some movement up in this watchtower. Do you investigate?
How do you mean movement up in the watchtower?
As in,
Feathers
okay,
will go and investigate.
there's this thing that goes up like this, basically, right? The what's the name's curve inwards slightly. Towards the top of this is an open like platform, if you will, and there's a lowish stone wall, and there's an empty gap, and in this empty gap on this platform, you noticed something.
Well, Feathers will go up and have a look for me.
All right. So, do you
From
have
a
a character thing for Feathers?
I have a sheet.
Okay. So, as Feathers flies up there, is he attempting to do so stealthily?
Probably, definitely. That's what I said. From a distance, he'll just like go up to have a look.
Okay. So,
You want me to stealth him?
yeah, give me a stealth roll just to see how quietly he can flutter up. Wow, an 18. Pretty good. So as Feathers starts gently, quietly circling around this tree, trying to gain a bit of height. Make a perception check for Feathers with advantage. Because he has keen hearing and sight. Wow. Feathers is on the ball today with a 22. So as Feathers peers inside there, you see... Well, not... Well, are you in possession of Feathers?
Mm-mm.
Feathers is just flying up there and taking a look.
So lying up there, taking a look to let me know what's up there.
How intelligent is Feathers?
He's really intelligent.
No, he isn't.
I told you he is. I say he is.
Feathers can
he's got
communicate with you.
He's got a plus freaking like 20 or something. I'm sure of it.
He has a -4 modifier.
Yeah, no, he's
What did I
very
call this
wise
bird?
though.
Not
Errol?
the sharpest.
It's not Errol.
It's fucking Errol. I'm telling you now. I must just tell you, talking about owls, I have not, since we moved into this house, we haven't had a single owl in the neighborhood anywhere. Last night, there was this huge, magnificent barn owl sitting on one of the neighbors' flippin' internet poles. And that wolf really messed up that. But anyway, it was huge, massive, so beautiful. Sorry. Okay, I love owls, personally. So,
Okay, well, Feathers will describe to me what he sees.
Feathers says that he sees a strange-looking creature.
Strange looking creature.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to figure out exactly how Feathers would describe this to you. Does Feathers just talk to you? Does he actually speak to you, or does he just imprint images on your mind? Can you see what he sees without taking possession of him? I wonder. How does your familiar work? Oh shit, Neville's disconnected. Alan, are you still with us? Yes. Why does this always happen when I'm communicating with that one person?
Because Murphy's a dick.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Please bear with us, folks, while we see if Neville manages to re-log on quickly. He is not reconnecting.
Does he have to switch over to UPS or anything? Or maybe the router needs to restart.
It could be, but I mean, I thought that shit just automatically kicks in. Let me send him a message and hear what's going on. Knowing my brother, he's swearing like a bloody sailor. Typing. It sounds like some city in the Far East. Typing. No, it's right next to low ping internet dropped. No DNS. Weird. Still says I have access for some things. You guys want to go get something to drink? 20 minutes into the session.
Yeah.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, I told you. It says I still got access to some things, but other things I don't have any access to. It's weird. It's like my internet's half dropping. It's as if just the DNS lookup fails. So things that do have a connection that don't always look for the DNS is 100% fine. But that's required DNS. Anyways, I'm going to try. If I remember correctly, a familiar is a telepathic bond. So that's how the communication goes, and it can be imprinted.
Okay, so the image that it sends to you is of a very blurry looking creature. It seems to have 6 legs. It seems to be vaguely cat-like in appearance, and it has 2 long appendages coming out of its shoulders.
Which direction is it looking? Is it looking at us, or is it like...
At the moment, it's
Attention
crouched like a
elsewhere.
cat underneath the wall, almost as if it's hiding.
How far away?
From where you guys are at the moment, it's probably around 60 to 80 feet away from you.
Can I have Bims speak to it?
You can attempt to.
Let's check what this oak speaks.
But you don't know about it yet.
No, he doesn't.
Don't we?
No.
No, because Feathers is having a look up there.
Yeah, but we saw movement. Xerxes.
Yeah. Well, if you wanted to send BIMs up there as well, yeah.
Yep.
Well, I don't need to. If it's 80 feet away and we saw movement, then I can communicate with it, surely.
Oh yeah, that's right. BIMs must does telepathic communication, eh?
Yeah, so I'm going to do in common. I'm just going to say, we're looking for Erevan, I think. Erevan?
Feathers is still seeing this thing, and Feathers notices that this whole thing's body seems to tense for a second, but Bims gets no reply.
Hello, talking to you, creature person, 80 feet away in the tower.
No reply.
Okay, you don't have to reply, just point with one of your weird toes in the direction of Erevan and we'll let you be.
No reply.
I'm just going to say,
This-
fuck's sake,
this-
in Draconic.
In the tree, Feathers can see this creature looking confusedly left and right, but it's weird. It's Feathers can't relay it to you accurately. There's something not right with this creature.
Alright, what are we doing?
Oh,
You
shit.
can ignore it
What does the ring direction point to?
past the tower.
Are we heading towards the tower?
Yeah, the tower is just to the left of the road that you've been following.
Oh, fuck that noise. It's basically a spider.
So,
Oh, why don't we just...
decisions.
Hmm.
Yeah,
How
well,
high up is the tower itself? Is it easy to climb?
it's about 50 feet high to this platform. Is it easy to climb? No.
Yeah.
In fact, as Feathers went round it, Feathers could not see any way up there. There's no staircase along the outside of the tower.
Rapunzel, let down your hair.
Oh, I'll just let everyone know. It looks like this creature is hiding away from somebody or something, and it looks very afraid. So we can either just carry on. I don't think it'll pose a threat if we just keep going.
I mean, if it's afraid and we can't get up there, we might as well just move along.
Yeah. But we'll keep moving along, but I'll have Feathers keep an eye on the creature to make sure it doesn't look like it's going to pose a threat to us until we've passed.
All right, cool. So you move past, carrying down the path, past the tower. Feathers keeping an eye on this thing. This thing does not move at all. It's remaining incredibly still for as long as Feathers is watching it. It is still not actually... You don't think that Feathers has been detected by this entity. But yeah, you manage to pass, and nothing seems to be following you. So you continue...
Feathers will come and fly about 50 feet above us. As after we've gone past, he'll just keep following. Yeah.
All right. So as you guys continue to go deeper into this place, it's with a certain kind of certainty that you seem to notice a pattern. And I'd like for whoever wants to give me a history check, just to see if something, clicks for you guys.
Yeah, just to see how bad our history
Let
is.
me use my smarts.
Oh, fantastic.
Can I use my Cthulhu Dice Tower instead? That
No.
roll was better.
Nope, that is invalid. I am the only Cthulhu here. Xerxes, with a 16, you are the only one that makes the DC for this check, strangely. You begin to realize these are streets that are branching off from this thoroughfare that you are on. As you looking at it, you actually notice something else. You haven't picked up on it before, but the road that you've been traveling seems to be getting wider and wider. And it takes you a little while, but you eventually realize you're on some sort of a boulevard, and the trees to the left and right of you actually look like they weren't just, it wasn't just a forest that grew there. These trees have a certain kind of symmetry to them. They seem to have been planned in the way they were planted. And
The longest town planning project ever.
on that thought, there's more. It dawns on you that what you've probably been traveling through for the last couple of days is the outskirts of a city, and you are coming to what might have been the actual city proper.
So, a city that existed before the Dreadwood, essentially.
Something to that effect, or at least it existed to such an extent that it hadn't been infiltrated by the Dreadwood. See, and I'm saying the Deadwood for some reason.
That's a massive city then. Fuck's sakes.
It's huge.
I can say the longest town planning project ever, because to grow trees where you want the town to be is wow.
Xerxes mentions some of this to you guys. I assume you might.
Yeah.
You start picking up some other details. You start seeing what appear to be long, broken flower pots in areas. You see more of these branching roads that also seem to have these lined trees, these boulevards, if you will. And after going on for another hour or so, this quiet, pressing weight of this place appears to lighten slightly. You don't feel as confined as you did before. And ahead of you, the road starts to open into an enormously massive open plaza of some sort. How do you approach?
Does Carmen
Who?
oh shit, what's her name now?
Caramel.
Common.
Caramel.
Caramel.
Oh my
Carriel.
god.
Caramel.
Caramel.
Now it's Carmen. Holy moly.
We're
Caramel.
not good with names. I told you this.
He added a C, then dropped the rest of the name and made a new name.
Wasn't last time you somehow got your cinnamon?
Cinnamon. Yeah.
But cinnamon and caramel makes sense. It's just going to become Carmen San Diego, the traveling sword.
No trademark infringements, please. But yes, you're welcome to consult with her if you'd like.
Sure. Go ahead.
If this is old and ancient Elven, there's a good chance she might know.
So, Siren,
Yeah.
you talk to your sword.
As normal. Yeah.
What do you say?
What was the question? To look at these things.
Well, to know what the city was.
The city was.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll ask her if she knows of this place. What it was.
She says, of course I know what this place was. And is, to some extent. This was my home.
Your home.
I was a knight, a guardian of this place. Before its demise. Gaze upon Elysstrean.
Elysstrean.
Our once great kingdom.
I see.
A cosmopolitan place where many different races found a home.
I relay that.
Would you like me to type that name for you?
So where
Or
is
I'll
everybody?
spell it out?
Slightly dead. You know.
Slightly dead. Just a tad overdone.
That
Some are
enough.
part of swords, some are parts of the earth,
Yeah.
some are in the forest and surrounds.
Now my sword is
Most
depressed.
of them are floating in that mist.
Yeah, the forest and surrounds. Okay, what's the ring say?
Let's go straight ahead.
To the center of town.
Turn left.
Turn.
At the next
Reach to
roundabout,
destination.
take your second exit.
Redirecting.
We are redirecting. So, what are you doing?
Follow the ring.
So you
Tread
carry on.
carefully.
Okay, so are you guys moving quietly and carefully into this open
As
area?
quietly as my armor allows.
I was going to say, if you're walking slowly and taking it in, I'm going to allow two things. First of all, you'll get advantage on your stealth checks. And second of all, you'll get advantage on your perception checks.
I have a suggestion for our honored cleric here. It's a spell called Pass Without Trace. You might want to acquire it somehow.
I don't think that spell is available to all clerics.
I don't think that spell's not. Yeah, well, I know it's available. Was available to me because of certain things, but it's.
So then, can't you just cast it?
I don't have access to it.
But you just said it was available to you.
My cleric.
Oh. I think that you might have had access to it from your druid, not your cleric.
No, my cleric. One of my other clerics, not Guldar, the other one. The other one had it.
Okay,
it was from race.
So, stealth checks and perception checks. S'il vous plaît, merci beaucoup.
With advantage.
Let's do the stealth checks first, or with
It
advantage.
was dangerously close to 1 again.
So 13 for Carcarius, natural
Very
20
domain.
for Carolus,
First 20 of the
dirty
night.
20 for Xerxes, a dirty 20 for a second dirty 20 for Xerxes? Ow.
Sorry, I clicked on Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
Doing it now.
Bob with a 21. There's the 2 5s. Why? Oh, and then it's perception. Okay. I was just
Stealth
waiting.
and perception, that's what you said.
Has Mickey disappeared again? Yes, she
Yeah,
has.
I think the baby's done cooking.
Out of context on stream.
Phrasing.
Sorry.
Phrasing.
Pass without trace, just while we're waiting for Mickey. Cleric trickery domain, druid, monk, and ranger. So, guess what, monkey boy?
Mickey, stealth check, please. Then perception.
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 Alright, so 19 for your stealth. Okay, good news is nothing has... Except for that one lonely wolf. Alright.
Still do perception.
Who else needs to do perception? Wow. Rolling's pretty good. Okay, so you guys are fine on the south side. For perception, you guys are thus far also good. Who hasn't rolled perception? I've got for Xerxes, I've got for Katerina, I've got for Carolus, Gargarius. Do I have for Bob?
What?
Perception.
23.
Where? Oh, there we go, 23. Oh yes, the nat 20. Wow. Okay, so all of you did really, really well with those rolls. So, as you move into this strange area, you're a bit confused at first. You're not certain, because there is a lot of foliage here as well, even though it is more open. It appears to have been perhaps a large park or plaza of some sort. Looking around, you almost see like stalls around the perimeter that could have been some sort of like open air market kind of effect that cater to the citizens of this long forgotten city. You can also see that the stonework, and this you guys who got like, well, actually all of you guys got over 15 for this, so yeah, all of you would notice this. The stonework here is etched in patterns, delicate waves and swirls. And in some places you can also see that it is raised. You know, the stone is actually raised up a little bit to make, like circular platforms. Perhaps somewhere where somebody might have actually performed, artists or musicians or something to that effect. In other places you notice where it's actually dipped in a bit and it sort of makes a pit. Similar to what you guys have seen before, with little steps and things going down, and it appears to be like little circular seated areas. It's lost upon you what these might have signified.
Amphitheater of sort.
Yeah, kind of thing, but much smaller. So, are we talking about maybe 10 to 15 feet across? So it's not huge. Perhaps for solo performers or orators of some sort. You don't know.
Orator.
You don't know what an orator is?
No.
A speaker, essentially.
Yep. I am currently an orator. Because all I'm doing is fucking talking. But anyway. I've lost my place. Yes. From end to end, this plaza is around 2,000 feet in diameter. It's very large. In the center of it, however, you also see that there is a wall that rises to a height of maybe 20 feet. And you can see there appear to be arched doorways every 50 feet or so in this wall that you can see in front of you. You can also see rather elegant looking buttresses that cap the walls. And as you approach it and get a little bit closer, you can notice that this structure is not quite circular like the plaza around you. It seems to be more oval in shape. Because you notice that the curve that tapers off to the left and right of you becomes a lot gentler. And who got a really good one? Carcarius with your perception. Siren with your perception. No. Carolus, yes, and the Chef Bob, yes. You three get the distinct impression that this must have been some sort of stadium or hyperdrome or something to that effect. You're not quite certain. Some sort of arena. You're not sure. So.
And we're standing where?
Well, at the moment you're on the outer edge of this plaza, looking towards the center, because the ring, the light from the ring, is showing a dead line through the center of this plaza, through this structure.
All right. Continue to the center of the ring.
Okay, are you going to go into the structure, or are you going to go around it?
Into the structure.
I think if the ring is showing through.
Well,
let's
we can
start
go around
entering
or we can go in. Yeah.
Start entering it and see if there's an exit on the other side. If there's not, then we just turn around and go around it.
How about this? I'll just walk to the center. I'll go have a look around and that, and then I'll wave you guys in if we're good.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll die.
How close are the rest of you guys getting? Just so that I have it in my mental.
Well, I think at this point I'd stop because I'd assume this stadium is a path through and an archway and then an open area in the middle. Or something like that. I'd stop at the doorway, essentially, where I could see the center of it, but I wouldn't go into it.
The rest of you guys, Xerxes, are you guys all just clumping around and letting Beirut walk into this place?
Why not?
Why
Well,
not?
I'll throw some
Indeed.
inspiration at your head.
I'm not going to try and stop him, but I can follow him.
Yeah,
You see this here rock?
I was going to say,
Your
is it a
inspiration.
rock with the word inspiration on?
Inspiration.
But Sarah's really tired, so she spelled inspiration really wrong.
It
And
was a
it
new
is-
definition to a rocker.
Oh, just
Yeah, I'm going to just before I step on through, I'm going to make a suggestion to the party. Should I turn into that like Princey dude?
fancy dude.
to you, but as
The Elven Prince.
who's contemplating this,
The
Three
Elven
of you get
Prince. The Wood Elven Prince.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
What was his name? Drelithian,
Mhm.
something like that.
Yeah. I think I should do that before I walk in there.
so Xerxes, Siren, and Bob can roll up their max hit points by 5.
By 5. House 38.
You feel aided,
Wow.
mortified.
And a bit of...
It's that sports team smack on the butt by Procan.
The Tal Whip.
Esports.
So, Beirut, are
Okay.
you transforming?
So, yeah, that's what I'm asking everybody. Do you think it's wise to transform or just go in as is?
Going as is. If there is any sort of magic here, it'll probably see through a disguise.
Yeah, about that. It's not exactly a disguise.
More- Later, but
So, decisions.
Okay.
Decisions.
I'll go in as is.
As is.
Just step on in, but not disrespectfully. Just like step up to the edge, have a look around, take a step in,
All right.
you know.
don't moon the high seats.
Yeah, just going in like cautiously but respectfully.
All right. So,
Try and disturb as little as possible.
give me another stealth check just for
Stealth.
shits and gargles.
Stealth, what do you call it? Advantageously or non-advantageously?
If you're doing it slowly and cautiously, advantage. It's I'll give you advantage. All right, with a 23, you start making your way carefully deeper into this, and it seems to be as you pass that arch, that outer arch, you can see there's two walls to the left and right. But what is strange is above you, there's maybe 10 feet of ceiling, and then nothing. Then it starts opening up, and as you go further, you start noticing what appears to be steps going down to your left and right as you get closer and closer to what is the inside, the inner ring. You also notice there seems to be strange carvings in the stone that depict various things. You see like races of horses and other creatures, large, almost lion-like creatures. You see centaurs, you see elves, you see dwarves, all kinds of cultures depicted on these walls, but all in some sort of sport or some sort of competition of some sort. Some things that you have no clear idea what the hell it is, what game or sport they may have been playing. But as you get towards the inside, you notice something else. The floor of this inner arena, if you will, is this perfectly smooth white sand. Not a grain out of place.
And my footprints? They are trailing behind me, or are they closing up?
You're still walking on black stone.
Oh, okay. I'm still heading towards there.
As you get to the end, there's a very clear barrier between black stone and then what appears to be this small swimming pool, if you will, of white sand.
Is that now the center?
Yeah, that's in the center. And you can see it curling off to the left and right. In the middle, there appears to be another central island that is raised above that white sand. Also of the black stone. Also roughly oval in shape. You can also see what appears to be low structures built onto it. In a couple of places near the end. You're not sure what their purposes are. But most telling, looking across the white sand and across this platform, you see there are more doors on the opposite side of this ring. Some of which lead into dark rooms, and some of which are tunnels, much like the one that you used to get here. So, what do you do?
How far is it from Blackstone to Blackstone across the white stuff?
50 feet. Yeah. But you can see, as you're looking at it, in some places, it seems to be narrower. It's sort of like an imperfect placement of the sand, if you will.
Okay, I'm going to have a look through Feathers' eyes. I want Feathers to be 50 feet above me. Mm-hmm. I'm going to look through Feathers' eyes and have a look down at me. I want to see if there's a picture or a shape or something that's making.
Okay, so you do that. Same story. You can see what appears to be a circuit.
Appears to be a
circuit. You understand what I mean? You know what a hyperdrome looks like, right?
Yeah. Yeah, now I get what you mean by a circuit. Okay. All right, so I'm going to carefully step across the sand. Just make sure that I don't fall into quicksand. That it's not some sort of a trap. So make sure, in other words, I've got firm footing. So when I walk across, I want to make sure I have firm footing across to the center.
The sand is so firm that there isn't even a plume of dust when you step onto it.
Nice. Okay. Head to the center. I take it the ring's still pointing me to the center.
Correct.
As if to go across.
Yep.
All right. Heading that way.
Following. The rest of you guys, are you watching? You can still see Beirut. It wasn't too far away. And you see him starting to cross this white surface. Do you guys go in? Do you stay where you are?
I said I'd signal them when I thought it was safe for them to come in.
Oh, okay. So you guys are still waiting for the signal?
Well, it depends on how far away he is.
At the moment, he's probably around, say, 80 feet away from you.
I'm going to flutter close 30 feet in the air.
I'll start making my way on the Blackstone, seeing that he got to the center fairly safe.
Okay.
I'm going to start sneaking forward.
Also going to go forward. Mickey, you also joining him?
Yep.
Just at the top of the head.
I'm eating that one.
So, what are you eating? Now I'm curious. What did you cook? I'm trying to peek over.
I cooked chicken with bacon, cheese, mayonnaise, and blah, blah, blah.
Ooh. Okay. now that Mickey has made
now that we're all hungry.
yeah, let's continue. So, yeah, you guys move forward. If you'd like, you can make me some stealth checks with advantage as well. Beirut, as you travel across the sand, all is quiet. It's strange. You expect there to be a noise, but the sand makes everything silent. It's weird. It defies what you know of how things should work. And as you get to the central oval, the ring continues to point dead ahead. And there's still that one wolf.
As if to go straight across out the other side.
Yep.
The ring's pointing that way.
Correct. How those stealth rolls? I didn't actually look. Okay, very good.
I'll turn to everyone and I'll say, it's not here. Apparently it's more across.
It's more that way. So, I need to point my finger higher up so I can actually... Just realized I'm pointing, but it's not actually showing on camera. Alright, so, what are you guys doing? So, did you shout this across the 50 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. You hear him clearly. It is amazing. The sound, the acoustics in this place.
Sing a song in here.
Yeah, top shelf. Yeah, well, I guess we need to get the bar to do that. Fire up that loot of hers.
You all turn around to look at Siren, and she's busy shoving bacon into her mouth.
Well, I want to see what I want to see is I want to see her busy playing her lute, her little flute or lute or whatever it is, with a dancing sword busy dancing on her side.
I shall now do that.
It's a very deceptive name for a sword, a dancing sword. It doesn't really dance to music, but anyway.
I put paper arms and legs on it and draw a face on it with a marker and just make it move around.
That's so wrong. That's so wrong. Welcome to D&D, folks. She is that kind of bard. So, you guys, do you join Beirut in the center there?
Beirut's going to carry on after he tells him that.
Yeah, but I'm asking them if they are following.
Yeah, well, I'm going to carry on through.
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay. So as you guys continue to cross to the other side, do any of you try and peek into the rooms?
What does the ring say?
The ring says go straight ahead, and there's another exit on that side.
Well, that's the way I'm going.
How close to the rooms to the central path?
The rooms, so each one of those passages that go straight through the walls, if you will, are 50 feet apart. The rooms are right in the center, 25 feet in, between each of those segments.
I've got an idea. Why don't we send Bims to one, Feathers to the other, have a look what's in the rooms, meet back here. They're faster.
Can't you, use things, Feathers' eyes for yourself?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'll send Feathers looking through Feathers' eyes.
And Bims can fly 100 feet away and still inform Xerxes, any of you guys, really.
Without any issues, yeah.
Okay, so give me some perception rolls for Bims, and they both have dark vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so perception rolls, please.
And...
Ooh, nice.
Straight roll.
Well, this is for Bims and for Feathers.
Oh.
They're doing, unless you're also taking a peek.
Oh, my frick, really? A 1 and a 4?
Ah, fantastic.
I'd like to take a peek.
Okay. You can go to the nearest one. So, give me a perception roll then, Peter. Corollas, should I say. He sees even less than the bird.
The blind bird.
The blind
No
bird.
eyes.
Errol.
It doesn't have eyes.
Oh. I'm going to put
You know
a bracket in there.
Please rename my bird to not Errol.
It's still going to have the word Errol in it. I'm happy with that. So, as you take a peek in these rooms, you notice a couple of things. There They are all mostly bare. In some of them you can see what is potentially the remnants of some sort of equipment or like furniture of some sort. Nothing huge, nothing big. And definitely nothing shiny or expensive looking, if you will. Who got the really good one? Was that Bims, eh? Yeah. Bims reports to you, Alan. Wait, has Bims seen something like this before? He probably has, because you guys have been in a number of places where there's been soldiers. And the ship has something like that too. Yeah, basically you can see weapons racks in the room that Bims takes a peek into. But they are all empty.
So it's the fighting ring.
And you can see that embedded into the stone itself appear to be like places, like sconces, basically. Places to put torches of some sort. But other than that, they are empty and unremarkable. So, heading straight through, are you?
Mm-hmm.
So the ring continues to point, and you exit out onto the other side. The plaza stretches for a
the
few...
ring continues to glow.
Yeah, but it still points you in the same direction. Your medieval GPS is pointing that way. And as you get to the other side, you see more of the plaza, more of the same kinds of structures and things as before. However, you can see in the distance, there appears to be a largish, about 30-foot tall black stone wall that cuts off this part of the city from whatever comes next. And you can actually see there appears to be a gatehouse.
Oh, something interesting. Let's go to the gatehouse.
Okay.
Let's look
You're
carefully.
waiting for your buddies to catch up?
Yeah. Well, I waited for them on the other side of the rink. Remember, we went to go look at the rooms?
All right. So, as you're going along this avenue, I mean, some of the buildings and things that you see here now, not all of them are attached to trees like you've seen before. Some are freestanding. Some of them are like a single story. Some of them are 2 to 3 stories high. It definitely seems to be more giving off that more increasingly a city vibe to it. But a city the size of which none of you guys have ever encountered in your lifetimes. Except for maybe the dwarf. Actually, in the bard. Bard. This reminds you very much of the capital city. Neildra.
No.
In terms of size, if I can put it that way. You travel like this for another half an hour or so, and I mean the buildings just keep on. I mean there's just empty streets to your left and to your right, and it seems to make like a concentric pattern of streets. You know, it's sort of like you're moving into like deeper and deeper into the middle of an onion, if you will.
Sorry, can I stop you there for 1 second? Alan, brace yourself.
It's only going to happen at like 8:05.
Yeah, well, they seem to
is
be
that the
quite on
time?
time today.
Okay, so, thank you for interrupting me. I've lost my place. Oh, there we go. So after another half an hour or so of traveling through this building, you get to that gatehouse and you pass through it. And I mean, it's massive. It dwarfs anything you've seen before. And as you pass onto the other side, the buildings that you see are elaborate. They are grand. They are old. They are huge. Some of you are reminded of some of the great temples that you've seen, libraries of a sort that you see in the larger cities. But these buildings dwarf those. They are huge. And you can see some of them have got little fences around them, like little closed gardens that are like overgrown. But it's up to you. You can go exploring if you want, or continue to follow the ring.
Continue to follow the ring. Where's the gatehouse?
Well, you passed it.
Mm-mm.
Or if you
I
want
think
to stop
the
and look at
gatehouse.
it. Okay, you go up to the gatehouse. On the other side of the gatehouse are these grand buildings.
I want to check the gatehouse. It's got like portcullises and stuff like that. It's got a little guard room. It's my favorite guard there.
Nope.
He's somehow teleported from Pearl just to be here.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yes, you are greeted by a ghost of somebody that looks.
It would if he's actually the hag.
The twisty plot. The twisty plot.
That's why I hate this
My
Bob.
secret plan. Yes. No.
That's exactly why I hate this Bob.
Wasn't it? Yeah, wasn't his name also Bob?
Mm.
I mean, it's the hag's just been unoriginal. She couldn't think of a name on the spot, so she took his.
Shit. But anyway, so the gatehouse. You have a look to your left and to your right. You do not see any doors. You don't see portcullises. You can see where something like that may have once been, but they are not there at the moment.
Okay, I'm going to take a 10-minute breather and ritualistically cast Detect Magic.
I was waiting for this. Please make me a Constitution saving throw.
Well, shit.
With advantage or just flat?
No, just a straight Constitution saving throw, please. Okay. You manage to close your eyes in time, though your senses are still somewhat befuddled. Everything, every fucking stone is radiating powerful magic.
Ooh.
If you open
Everywhere
your
I look.
eyes just a slit, you are blinded by it. Do you deactivate your spell?
Do I see any, like, I would say blind spots, like non-magic spots anywhere around me that I can see?
Do you open your eyes again?
Just slightly. Just to have a
Just
squiz.
slightly.
Mm.
How slight?
Just
Like-
slight.
Squinting.
Yeah.
Make a perception
Well,
check with
shades.
disadvantage.
With a straight roll.
Yes. Why would you have advantage on it?
I have advantage because I'm carrying a shield.
Ah, I forgot about that fucking shield.
Oh, well, not that it helped.
Haven't I broken that cock yet?
Nope.
Damn it. So, no, you don't see anything
Wow.
like you described.
Can you
Why
actually
is
see
this-
anything with your eyes closed?
Why is the sun so freaking bright, guys?
It's not. We're in the fucking Dreadwood. It's dark and broody.
You haven't seen the sun for fucking days.
Well, apparently it's come out. In some other way. Okay. Forget what I'm seeing. What kind of a magic am I feeling?
What kind of magic are you feeling?
Mm.
This is not related to any kind of school of magic. This is raw magic. This is the very stuff that spellcasters like your friend Xerxes can manipulate and to turn into spells. It's the kind of stuff that wizards would study
Rule over.
and construct formula for their spells to entrap this power. This is just raw arcane energy.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. It is saturated. Do you just continue to look straight, or do you like try turn in a circle or anything?
I'll wave my arms and I'll say, Carcarius, where are you?
I'll move up to him and just like grab him by the shoulder. It's like, are you okay?
Okay, I'll put my arm on his shoulder and I'll say, you lead the way. Where's the ring say we're going? I'm just going to keep feeling. I want to keep feeling as we're walking along. If this raw power just remains constant for a while.
Okay.
Get our magical GPS and just walk Beru in that direction.
I like to imagine like you're walking to like the right or the left of Beirut, and Beirut's just got that ring in the palm of his hand, and he's just like that which way?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And so okay, you can do that. So you carry on walking deeper into the center then.
Yeah. The detect magic lasts for half an hour, so continue walking
Was it
along
half
with
an
the
hour?
ring.
Why did I think it was 10 minutes?
Wait, hold on a second. Let me double check. Is it 10
I think
minutes?
it's 10 minutes to
actually
ritual. It's 10 minutes to ritual cast, but I think it lasts for half an hour.
I can just double check it.
In my
Oh no,
DM
concentration 10 minutes. You're right.
Okay.
10 minutes. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, then my DM's been screwing me. But no, okay. Because I'm a wizard, so I fucking cast detect magic like it's going out of fashion. Okay, so yeah, you'd walk for 10 minutes. This stuff does not get weaker.
Remains constant. Not stronger, not weaker.
Do you open your eyes?
No, I'm said with the feeling.
The feeling is
Feeling.
it's overwhelming you. You can't tell whether or not it's... I mean, okay, let me put it this way. If I dumped you in the Indian Ocean, would it feel any different to me dumping you in the Atlantic or the Pacific?
Colder.
Yes.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Very, very much different.
God damn it, you stole my
It would
answer.
still be cold and wet.
No, it would still be wet. Some would be colder, some would be warmer.
And
Some
never
would be
mind.
freezing.
Not finishing that sentence.
So-
Some wouldn't survive.
But in general, you would agree that you feel wet, right? You are very, very magically... Okay, that sounds so bad. Magically wet. Oh, shit.
I saw it go that way before you even said it. Yes.
I saw it too, and I couldn't stop myself.
That's what she said.
Indeed.
Okay, so after 10 minutes, the feeling goes away, the spell dispels, and
You open your
I can see
eyes, and you are 10 minutes of walking. How far would you have traveled?
we're going carefully, and blind man being led here.
10 minutes is how many rounds? 100 rounds.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's that's like 3,000 feet. That's quite a distance.
Kilometer.
Yeah. So after that 10 minutes, you find yourself approaching another strange building. This one is offset. It's separated from the rest of these grand structures that you've been traveling through. You notice...
My power just went off.
yeah, I see so. It's just like... no lighting.
Peter, tell us the scary story.
And now we
Well-
commence Ghost Story Night.
There once was a man and he didn't pay his taxes.
You know what? We should all be playing like that for the Dreadwood. Now that I think
Yeah,
about it.
we should.
When we do a Halloween one shot, that's how we're playing. So
Just
anyway,
only, just that underlighting for the face.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I have my iPhone.
So at the very heart of this place, what you're staring at the moment, is an extremely tall, graceful tower. That's just all curves. It's an odd thing to try and describe, but it's curves, and it's similar to that watchtower that was sort of bending. It was convex, bending up and up and up and up. It sort of twists as well as it does so, and in that twist, you can see that there is a crisscross pattern of what appear to be very large crystals that you can see are just faintly glowing with like a green-blue light.
Is that a structure we're heading towards?
Yeah.
I will head more directly towards it.
Well, that appears to be where the ring is leading you.
Okay, well, when we get there, I'll walk around it and make sure that the ring is pointing into it.
You move a little bit to the left, you move a little bit to the right. The ring signifies that this is the place.
Awesome. We found the tower. Now, how do we get in?
Is there no entry or anything?
Oh, there goes my power.
And so it begins.
So waiting for Alan.
I'm just waiting for Alan's.
Yeah, I expected you and Alan to go off at the same time. Actually, I wonder if Alan's hasn't gone off because he's sitting
Yeah, no, he's
very
frozen.
still.
Yeah.
He's frozen.
He's frozen.
It's like,
I thought he'd just fallen asleep.
He's frozen.
Shall we do bio break in the meantime?
yeah.
Yep, there it goes.
I feel like I need to.
There he is. See?
Hold on.
He's back.
I feel like I need to do something quickly.
Alan's back.
Oh shit! No, so the other lights on. Okay, Alan, you're back and you can hear us, right?
Yeah, all good.
What was the last thing you heard?
How do we get into the tower?
How we get into the tomato? The tower. Oh, sorry, fuck, I misheard that
The
very
tower.
badly. Like, you
Tomato
see-
box tower.
Imagine a dark tomato. Ah, fuck. All right, yeah. So
It's a mimic.
make me some perception checks.
Do the ones with load shedding have to do it at disadvantage?
Yes.
No.
Perception.
Oh, Peter's just been saved.
Perception.
By 60 kVA channel.
Mm-hmm. It helps.
That reminds me, let me go see how long my UPS says I have to live.
It's
So-
perception.
Yeah, perception. So 11 for Carcarius, 17 for Le Chef Bob, 5 for Carolus, 18 for Siren. And we're just waiting for Ellen to get back in again to reconnect.
Apparently 99 minutes.
99 bottles of beer on the wall.
That's a huge UPS.
That's a small UPS.
your
35
laptop.
kVA. 3 kVA. Yeah, laptop and router. That's all that's plugged onto the damn thing. Problem is this laptop chows power.
You see, I kind of have my tower, like, UPS is like, you've got 10 minutes.
No, I think your tower probably uses less power than this notebook.
Really?
I was playing New World last night using cell phone data. When my laptop got to 25%, it cut the power to the graphics card, apparently, because I started moving like
Mhm.
in the middle of a fight, which was awkward.
I invest in one of those little small UPSs for my router and is it the ENT thing? Anyway, the termination point.
I asked Neville for advice on that yesterday because I also feel like I need to do it.
Send you a picture of the one we got at the shop, and I'm sure you can find it somewhere there online. But
Yeah,
it's
please
like
do.
it's $1,000, and
That's
it
not-
runs both of them and has a USB port to charge a phone.
Well, that's the thing. I just said I need something to just run my fiber router, basically. So if it does that,
Yeah,
Good.
and it will last through, like, if we ever get back to 4-hour load shedding, it should hold that.
shh, because I see they say that we might still get more load shedding soon.
It doesn't matter for me because 2 hours into 4-hour load shedding, my internet goes down anyway because the repeat box dies.
And
You can roll for me just to speed things up. This take like a couple minutes still.
Hundreds. Xerxes. Perception. Almost rolled performance. That would have been funny. You actually got like a +5 in performance. Okay, so
Yeah.
that was because of your high charisma. So 13 for Xerxes. Who hasn't rolled? Everybody rolled. No, everybody rolled. Okay. You do
Just
not
that.
see a door. This tower, the wall is completely smooth, except for in those places where you see those crystals.
Is it made of that black stone like we came across in the forest? The one that I touched and I had
You
a chat
haven't
with him.
left that black stone. You've been walking on that black stone.
No. When I first the little site with the pond and I touched the black stone,
Oh, yes.
is that same black stone.
Yes. But what I'm telling you is everything is made out of that black stone.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the
Cool.
buildings, the road you've been walking on.
All right. Cool. Then I will step up to the tower and I will touch it, like I did the other black stone in the forest when we first had. Well, I first had a chat with the dude.
Okay, you do so, and
I will say, oh shit, what's his name?
and now
Ereban.
we've just lost Mickey.
Yeah, saw that now.
Yeah, we've just lost Mickey as well. Yeah,
But we
I think
had
Alan just turned his video off. Eh?
a
Gordon,
deep-
it's only you and me left.
looks
It's
like
coming
it.
for us.
It's coming.
What about me?
No. You've been load shedded. They've been load shedded. Mickey's been load shedded. It's only Richard and I that have not been load shedded. Touch wood.
Tonight.
Tonight.
Yeah, there's always tomorrow.
There's not D&D tomorrow, so that's fine.
But yeah, where were we? So you touching it just with your bare hand.
Yes, I'll touch it and I'll say because I've still got that ring in my hand
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Right. So as you do so, a voice emits from the ring.
Hmm.
And
Hello,
it says,
voice in the ring.
Oh, you recognize this voice.
Is it
This
Ereban?
Ereban. Why did I say Ereban? Ereban. And he says, stand back, please.
Certainly. I'll turn around and say, everybody back now. We'll walk back.
Barry, did you ever just try to put on the ring?
No. It's not
Yeah,
mine to put on.
No.
He was actually very clever there. I had something planned. But anyway, so
Because this was it had Erevan's name in it. I mean, for crying out loud. And he said, respect anything that's Elvish, and that. So no, did
you
not
should
put it on.
respect. This is one of the reasons why this cool shit is going to happen to you next. As you step back, you move back about 10 feet or so. The wall seems to ripple like a liquid. And it flows down towards you and reshapes itself into an arched doorway with stairs leading up to it.
I
And
will.
stepping out from the doorway
Mhm.
is a familiar figure to you, but to nobody else. And I don't know if Mickey is with us yet. On Discord.
Nah, she hasn't been reconnected yet. We can hold on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Should we take that 5-minute break quickly? And we're back. So, Mickey, to recap for you, because you disappeared at a point, what was the last thing you heard?
I don't remember.
Fuck. That doesn't help me as a DM.
I don't have memory of what happened.
There was a
Just-
Do you
tower.
remember a tower?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember us, like, do you remember me walking up to the tower?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember me touching the tower? No.
No.
Okay. I touched the tower.
Mm.
In my head, I heard a voice. I turned around and I told everybody to get the hell back, and I
Oh,
walked
no,
away.
no. It wasn't in your head.
Oh, was it actually
a
out
voice
loud?
emitted from the ring.
Oh, okay.
Everybody heard it.
Ah,
Uh-huh.
all right. I thought it was just in my head.
It was like a little microphone in the palm of your hand.
Okay.
And, okay, so at that point, the wall flowed outward and formed a doorway and stairs. And a figure steps forth. One that Beirut has seen before, but not standing. Beirut, you need to look up at this guy. He stands well over 7 feet tall. Closer to 8 feet tall. You see, he's wearing these palish, greyish white robes. It's sort of like a trick of the eyes. They sort of shimmer, and they are elaborate designs that have been stitched into it as well. But you can see these robes are like hanging off of an extremely emaciated, very long-limbed, gangly body. And the features of the face itself cause you all to take another step back involuntarily, as this person's eyes are just these glowing white orbs of light. And you see a distinctly elven face. You see long tapered ears that basically become translucent near the points. And you see this very elaborately coiffed hairdo around some sort of coronet that crosses its brow as this gentleman looks down upon you all. And you are even more startled by his appearance, because while this is clearly an elf, and he is not alive, you can see veins through the skin. You can also tell that by his skin tone, even though it is aged and weathered with undeath, he is quite clearly a dark elf, but the tallest dark elf you've ever heard of. Most dark elves are short in nature, short in stature.
It doesn't look like the vampire. It looks like something totally different.
He looks very much like the vampire, but the vampire was even more sickly pallid than he is.
The
You did
vampire
not
had yellow
pick up-
eyes.
And you did not pick up the same kind of skin coloration on that vampire. But now that you think back on it, it could have been a dark elf. You're not sure. Vampires tend to differ in many ways. But you can also see that on his ears, there seem to be like ear cuffs of a sort that are like made out of platinum and are embedded with like emeralds and sapphires that also seem to be glowing slightly. And as he steps forward, he has his hands in the sleeves of his robes, and he's standing very serenely in front of you. But you are overcome with certain feelings that it's almost involuntary as well. You feel immense power, and you feel a certain aura of menacing coming off of this guy. And he says to you in a silky voice, with a strangely, clearly elven accent, but different to what you are used to. I mean, you've spoken to a number of elves in the recent past. This sounds nothing like how they spoke common. And he says to you all, "Welcome. You have finally arrived in the lost kingdom of Elysstrean. You are my guests for as long as you wish to stay here. I see you have brought my possessions back to me. Tell me, what happened to my old friend Elderroot?"
And then I will speak back to him in Elven, and I will describe to him the scene that we found at Elderroot, and where I found the possessions and what we battled, and I will hand him his ring and the little bag of what's-his-name's back.
So, this almost skeletal hand comes out of the robe and holds itself out to take the bag and the ring from you. He slips the ring back onto a very thin finger, and the bag disappears into the robe's sleeves, into some sort of hidden pocket. And he says, "You have done me a great service. It was not pleasant news, but if you have taken care of this beast, and you have found out what happened to my old friend and avenged him."
Yeah, I will describe in detail the little mushrooms. Little shits.
Blue mushrooms.
Did you happen to bring a sample of these mushrooms with you?
Yeah, I almost took the little mushroom. I took the one off in a raggy thing.
I did get electrocuted.
I'll present it to him. All the while I'm still speaking to him in Elven, eh?
So, if I remember right, only a couple of you speak Elven.
Most of us.
I do.
Me,
Oh, fuck.
him,
Really?
Xerxes as well. He
Siren?
speaks Elven.
No Elvish.
No.
Ellen,
No.
you speak Elf?
Yes.
So it's just
I believe the
Siren.
Alf is Hui. But yes, okay, so you're speaking, everybody can understand it except for Siren. Because Siren didn't take Elvish. She
I
must
can
I'm
comprehend you.
busy doing like a rapid translation for Siren as this is all going on.
I stare blankly at you.
Luckily, this guy is like speaking really slowly, so yeah, you can do the whole UN translator thing in the background. But yeah, he says to you, you are welcome to stay here. Please follow me. On the first couple of floors, please mind your fingers. Do not put them near any of the cages. And as he turns around, he waits patiently for you to start following him into the tower.
I'll gladly follow him into the tower.
Thanks for chill.
This looks interesting.
I'm gonna walk in with like arms crossed so my hands don't go near any cages.
So what did you say, Ellen?
I said, yeah, like, I didn't say this to him, but thanks, thanks for letting us stay here. We're just gonna chill for like 42 days. Quickly.
Nothing serious.
Nothing too bad. It's like terms and conditions may apply. You're going to gain some borders for 42 days.
You invited us in before reading the contract.
You just can't get rid of them like squatters. You just got them. But
Little does he know that we're vampires.
I think he is
one of
one,
you,
so
maybe.
go testify. We may leave here vampires.
I did get bitten.
Didn't you guys already do something to identify this guy? What he is?
No?
I think we know what he is.
We just asked the question if he looked like the vampire we fought.
He's like a lich elf thing.
Oh, he's a good lich elf.
It's called a Balnorn.
Yes, that one.
So
We know he's a Belnorn, but do we know what a Belnorn is?
I think Siren. I think
You
you
rolled
made
high.
the roll. Look, Mickey's like.
I don't know.
She doesn't remember.
My
But
brain.
Siren, if I remember correctly, actually did pluck that piece of lore out of her ass. Or something. Out of her
Most
furry ass.
likely.
But no, a Balnorn, is somebody who has been turned by Alvin high magic using positive energy, not negative energy, unholy energies, into a creature that is not alive and not dead. So it's undead, technically. That is the creature type. But this is not a zombie. This is not a lich. But you do know that it was usually done to a powerful spellcaster of some sort as part of this high magic ritual. It's very rare. It's exceedingly rare. In fact, it probably hasn't been done by any quote-unquote modern elven culture on Earth in millennia. For all you know, he is the only one in existence. But he leads you in, and a couple of things that are quite different about this tower. As you enter, there's a short hall of maybe 30 feet wide that is immediately followed up by a long passage. And in this passage that he leads you down, as he's walking, the floor, there are two seams in the floor that start to glow with that same blue-green light and clearly illuminates the passage. But on the left and the right, you see about 20 doors, 20 cages, if you will. These are the cages that he was talking about. And he says, please remember, do not try to interact with the creatures in these cages.
Slap Siren's hand.
Yeah, I cannot guarantee your safety if you approach them.
And can I see what's in there? Can I see anything?
Very
Make a
lucky.
perception check for me with disadvantage because those rooms themselves are dark.
Yes, with
Something
the
shiny.
vision that I have.
Oh,
But
yes,
I
you
can
can
see.
see. Yes.
I'm gonna give Siren something shiny to play with so she doesn't touch the cages.
So can I do my normal perception
Yeah,
with
just
advantage?
make a normal perception check with advantage then. Yeah. What did
Not
you?
afraid.
Wow, 21. Okay. So, which cage do you look at?
As we're walking down, busy looking through looking in the cages, I actually want to see if I can recognize anything that looks like that creature that was on top of that other one that was hiding.
Okay. When you look to the third cage on your left, you see that room is maybe about 50 feet 50 feet squared as you're looking at it, which doesn't make sense considering what you know of how far apart these doors are. These doors are maybe 15 feet apart. So if that room is 50 feet wide, you're not understanding how this is working at all. All you can do your best guess is somebody's fucking around with the space-time continuum in here.
We're in the TARDIS.
Well, we're pretty sure there's something to do with Pocket here because of the amount of raw magic. I know there's a crap ton of raw magic around here, and I'm pretty sure he can shape it. So it probably doesn't surprise me that much.
So, but you can see in this room, there appear to be about 3 of very similar creatures. As you look at them, their forms seem to waver. Then it looks like there might be 6 of them. Then it looks like there might be 4 of them. And it looks like there might be 8 of them. You're not sure because it keeps on doing this. And they look something like this.
Okay.
I wonder if I can share this with just you.
Yeah, just drag it onto me. Ooh.
I think you might know what those are. Ah, screw it. Let's share it with everybody. Just so that you guys can get an inkling.
I'm gonna stop at that door. I'm gonna say, excuse me, Erevan. Did you perhaps lose one of these?
Lose? No.
We came across one on our way in. He was hiding at the top of one of the towers.
Only one?
Yeah. Only one that we could see, but he was at the top of the tower hiding.
Some of them must have died. I'll have to breed more.
What are they?
These creatures?
Yes.
In your common tongue, you might call them displacer beasts.
Can we have one?
Am I happy?
You most certainly may not.
Aww.
They are under my control. You can consider them my eyes and ears here in the city. They help me to keep the riffraff out.
Nothing? What?
My hearing is shit. His hearing is fun. Fan-fucking-tastic.
I'm not.
What the fuck did you say,
No.
Nikki?
I'm literally, if he's looking away, I'm literally just mocking him. As he's an elf.
But
Science in a weird mood.
as you continue to walk forward, one of the doors on your right-hand side, you notice immediately that there's something strange about it. It seems to be shimmering slightly where it meets the grate, and you almost hear like the lapping of waves. And as you look into that one, Beirut, you see what appears to be a large, very large, octopus-like creature. And the room itself seems to be filled with water. And this room seems to be much larger, hundreds of feet across.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing is swimming around in there.
Yes, and Kraken.
I will compliment Kraken. How did I forget his name? Erevan, I'll compliment Erevan on his ability to manipulate the magics around here
He says, thank you.
to create such magnificence.
But I am merely a caretaker. Once the Circle presided over this place, and they trapped most of the creatures here. I have experimented with a few over the millennia, but they bore me eventually. Most of them are not worth the time.
But the creatures,
Indeed.
why? Are they fluffy and annoying?
No,
Hey,
they simply have no useful... What is the delicate way of putting this?
Useful talents.
No, they have no useful qualities. Nothing that I can use in my research.
Ah, you're a researcher.
Amongst other things. One must while away the time.
Talk about whiling away the time. How much time has passed for you?
By your reckoning, how many generations would it be? 40 or 50 of your generations?
oh, I'm
My
Generations, not even years.
Generations as in elven generations? Generations as in my generations? Or
Your
generations as in
generations.
my
You are an
generations?
interesting specimen. I still do not know why you are in this form. I have met your kind before.
Wait,
Oh,
you're not actually a furbolg?
told you it's not exactly a
Come.
disguise.
This is not something to discuss here.
I thought the other
creature
stuff
pens.
was like.
I stopped questioning Beru after a while.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
first-
fucking weird.
But let's explain the weird faces I've seen you do in battle.
First he was
Constipated
4
it.
feet.
Caravan
First he was
turns
4
around.
feet, now 7 feet.
I just see my dog is hopped up behind me.
Yeah, simplistic.
But he starts leading you onwards eventually. You get to a circular platform and he says, if you'll please just stand here. Not too far, not too close to the edges of the circle, please. And as he like spaces you out, I mean, he's standing about a foot taller than Beirut at this point. So for most of you guys, you're like way shorter than he is. You, Mr. Dwarf, you feeling a little bit.
You can check out his kneecaps, don't worry.
Yeah, but he's thin as well.
He's thin, yeah. But
Go for the shins.
there's still something about him that's like, don't fuck with me.
I'm
But
still gonna try.
as you all gather on this platform and he spaces you out how he wants you, he lifts his hands and the whole platform starts to rise. It just like detaches itself from the ground and you start moving up a shaft. As you get to another level, it slows slightly. Then he says, no, I think this is still too close to the creature pens. You never know. And you start going up another level, and another level, and another level. By the 6th level, he comes to a full and total stop. And as you look around you, you are in a large circular chamber that has maybe 12 beds in it, with nice little closets and things next to it. And he says, please, make yourselves at home. You will find a small selection of my library over there, and I will summon you for dinner. I must
First
just
of all-
attend to something first.
So I will be dizzy because of the altitude now.
Altitude.
Thank you for the hospitality.
Yeah, I'll thank him for his generous hospitality and go and claim a bed. A nice comfy one. Which one's the most comfortable? I'll
They
go
are
test
all
everyone.
of equal comfort. There are no Goldilocks beds here.
And stay away from the flea-bitten ones.
No, everything
There's
has
Flea-bitten
immaculate.
ones.
And everything is covered. It's like black silk sheets. It's impeccable. You've only seen this kind of luxury in the larniest of hotels. that
In
you've ever
the
stayed
main
in.
city.
Actually, you guys have not really stayed in any of those hotels anyway, so you don't know, you country bumpkins.
I've got
Sorry,
a question
Micah.
for him. Does he know Aramel? I'm going to ask him if he knows Aramel. Amaral. What's her name?
Caramel, cinnamon.
But
It is Amaral, isn't it? Amaral.
caramel.
Wait. If her name was Cinnamon and she's a dancing sword.
Yeah.
She's her own pole.
Sugar and spice. She's not a dancing pole arm. But anyway, yeah. So we're getting off the beaten track. He says that name sounds familiar.
Your catch just
He's gonna throw the sword at him.
It's gonna go like that.
You
I'm
do
just
so.
kidding. No, I will just summon her.
What do you mean summon her?
Yeah, she'll just float there. Say hi with her paper arm that she now owns.
He says this Aramel is the sword.
Yeah, I think she's in the sword.
She is a sword maiden.
I haven't asked.
You have just been walking around with a powerful magical sword and you haven't asked anything. You are interesting, I will say that.
We have a habit of doing things like that.
He says,
We're collectors, apparently.
I too am. I am also a collector. One might say I'm a hoarder, but that's neither here nor there. But he says that explains a lot. If Aramal has given you her services, you must have done something to deserve it.
It was a tough battle.
I don't
Most
think I
certainly was a tough battle. She tested us.
Just you guys. I don't think I did anything.
You was in the part of the test.
I was there. There.
He walks forward and he grabs the hilt of the sword without asking permission. And he closes his eyes for a moment. And then opens them. And he says, such an interesting conversation. I haven't spoken to one of my people, even in spirit form, in
So
decades.
she's stuck in the sword form.
Yes. It can be undone, but let us just say that if anything undoes the magic of the sword, it will probably rip her soul apart as well. She will
Okay,
not...
that's take that option off the table.
I just asked, okay.
There are methods of preserving the soul. Perhaps a phylactery of some sort might... Well, that's basically what the sword is at the moment, a sort of quasi-phylactery. The
Big
magic
words.
is not... I'm trying to not speak overly complicated because I know it would not be...
No, I'm the only simple-minded creature here, don't I?
No.
She's
No,
the
you
most
are not.
intelligent person in that group.
The most intelligent person here.
Actually, that's actually true. You do have the highest intelligence score, right?
Yep.
No.
I do.
Do you?
Yep.
She higher than me?
Yep.
Oh, one.
Still higher.
Still higher. She's still smarter than you.
Well,
Anyway.
the modifier is still the same, so it's the same.
No. Half modifier. Decimals. No, but anyway. He says to you, please take your rest. I will be back shortly. I will have food sent down to you.
Okay, you're not going to call us for dinner anymore.
No, I've changed my mind.
I
You just don't feel like
I will just peruse your library. Thank you.
We'll eat
And
the big one
Okay.
first.
he steps back onto the platform, and the platform starts moving upwards as he lifts his hands again.
Is there a big ass hole there now?
There is.
Is there a railing?
Nope.
I'm going to make sure I give it a wide berth.
It's also outlined in a circle of light, so it's not something that's going to be like, switch off all the lights and
Okay, no
he
sleep.
shows you where the dimmer switch is, kind of a thing. But yeah.
Okay, no sleepwalking.
The good news is you have managed to arrive safely and without further incident in this very ancient old city of Elysstrean, and you are now in a place where you can rest and you can achieve in one night what you can only achieve normally in 42 days. That is level up. Congratulations, you are level 7.
But because we got here and we dodged about 100,000 XP worth of hazards along the way, we'll get that XP.
No.
No. That's not how this works.
For the best was, as you said no, Mickey turned to look at something out her door, but on my screen you two are next to each other, so it looked like she just gave you a death glare.
I know.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Okay,
I
I
should
think
roll down 5 hit points.
I'll leave you guys to level up, but I think I'm going to call it here for the evening because it is like 5 to 9 anyway. Thank you very much. It was good to be playing again after skipping a little bit again. I still haven't done those videos and podcasts, so I will attempt to do so with now a third one to add to my list of things to do. But yeah, catch us all again next time for the Greyhawk campaign. Episode, God, how many episodes are we on now? Like 40 something? 48, I think? Maybe? Somewhere around there? Anyway, whatever.
All I know is I get level 4 spells.
I've just been naming these episodes Expedition into the the Dreadwoods. Part 1, 2, 3. I think we're on part 4 or 5 now. So yeah. Awesome.
Well, it breaks it up so then people can just join in at an arc instead of.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. All right.
I can befriend animals.
Oh shit! You are an animal.
I can befriend.
You guys can level up to your heart's content. I'm going to sign off. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We'll have the things on YouTube and whatever when I can. I'll try to do it.
I have this now.
Adios.